starting to heal now. I don't know how, but I'm beginning to think that I'll be okay now. Because I'm starting to heal now. I don't know how, but I'm beginning to think that I'll be okay now.
Welcome back to another episode of Underground Albums, where we review upcoming artists' body of work. Judging by the intro, you know what time it is. And I want to open this up with an apology because I saw this EP when it dropped, but I hadn't played it, and I was gonna review it, but then I didn't. I was a fool. I also just woke up right now, so give me some time to start my systems up. Almost exactly half a year to the day when the first EP, which gave me one of my favorite songs of all time in Heal, Mr. Asher Fleming, was in his bag. He is back here again with his sophomore EP titled Blurred. 6 songs, just under 20 minutes. To say I'm excited is such an understatement. It is such an understatement. But where are my manners? Good morning, everyone. Good evening, good day, good night, whenever you're watching. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another video. I missed y'all. For those who are probably on my ass, they're probably wondering, where's the 200 subscriber special podcast? It's being made. It's taking a bit, trust me. Such an event that needs to be celebrated cannot be rushed. So it will happen. It will happen before I go back to college. Trust me. I have like 1 week left. It's gonna happen way before that. Trust. I want to also say thank you so much for the support the channel's been getting. We've had a recent uptake in views and analytics and all that, and interactions on not just the YouTube channel but social media. So thank you so much for that. What's also throwing me off is that I burnt my tongue yesterday, so everything tastes weird. Like water doesn't taste like water now; it just tastes like liquid. And if you're reading the cup, it says if you're going to be salty, bring the tequila. There's water in this. This is my mom's cup. I don't drink on the job or ever. Now Asher has been very busy this year. He's been very, very busy this year. He has been releasing track after track. He did he's doing a collab project with Anna. I want to make sure I say the name, Anna Albert, I believe. The track is called Gaga. Excuse me. It's titled Spiral. The group is a hyperpop group, Spiral Eyes, that I reviewed. And he's then also starting his own fantasy project titled Tayasa. So the man has done music videos that I still haven't seen, that I need to, as on top of song after song after song after song. So he has been really, really active out here. And now with the release of his sophomore EP, I don't expect much less. I've seen a lot of narrative shifts out of him. I've seen a lot of uptake in quality. Even though he was my pick for producer of the year already last year, he is starting this year up really, really strong. So I'm excited to see what this EP holds. There's no features on it, at least from just outside looking in. So we could have some madness from him. If you guys want to check out any of Asher's music down below, or the EP and the songs that we listen to in their entirety in this video, I'll leave a link down to his stuff. His music and his Instagram. Be sure to go follow him, go support him. He's awesome people. He's actually one of the biggest supporters of this channel as well, so please go check him out. He's awesome. So with that being said, the first track we'll listen to is titled Overthinking. Are we getting some just regular rock? I might doubt this. Where's the EDM drop? Come on, I know you. Okay. Every song from Asher just sounds like an adventure. Like I'm picturing him on like a horse. No, a camel. Riding through the coast. No, it's a horse. It's a stallion with flowing hair. Why did I say it like that? Hair. Why did I say it like that? And the colorful world that he creates sonically is what's in my mind right now. I'm here. I'm already in. And there hasn't even been an EDM drop right now. This is going to be great. I like this. I like the vibe. I like this. It's very vulnerable too. I didn't expect him to do a rock cut. I really didn't. A very solid opener. It did feel like it got kind of dry at spots, but it set a different tone very well. Again, I wasn't expecting to do just a full indie rock cut. I was really expecting it to change to this like fusion, this like EDM like style fusion where it would be some electric drop. But we were able to get a vocal performance out of him. Thank God. I'm very the mixing on his voice has always been such. I don't know why it's just been a hard thing for me to kind of understand what he's saying. But the longer he spoke, the more I kind of understood what he was talking about. It sounds like it does sound like he's just like overthinking in relationships and just kind of the talk just talking about what comes with the overthinking mind. You know, the want and the feeling of like wanting to distance yourself because the less the other person knows, the better for the better for him because he may feel like he's a bad person or inadequate in some way. It's just how the anxiety of overthinking can just alter all that stuff and it can alter his mindset. So he's setting the tone narratively. I'm very curious to see where he goes next. It's not a bad start. Not a bad start. Next track is titled Reminders. Oh, he's in his bag. Okay. Wow. Oh my God, that's nasty. Oh my God, that chunky guitar is nasty. Nah, bro. If he had the Caroline Riley feature on this album, on this EP, I might have like, boy, what? Oh my God! Can you imagine a surprise feature from Caroline Riley on an EP from, boy, please. In the future, please make that happen. I'm putting it out into the universe. I'm saying it now. I need the collaboration between Asher Fleming and Caroline Riley. I need that. I also need the collaboration with me and Caroline Riley and me and Asher. What the hell are we doing, people? That's what we need in the street. That transition was interesting. Wait. The drop is crazy. But wait. Is this? Huh. This man needs a hug. God damn. I like that. I like that a lot. Huh. So narratively, overthinking is playing into reminders. Reminders, he's being reminded of the memories and how he's like actually infatuated and in love with his best friend. But like he's overthinking that because he doesn't want to come back home and he feels like it's not worth it. He doesn't want to ruin the relationship. You know what I'm saying? So it's actually both. It's like a double entendre of an actual song. And these kind of explosive moments are kind of just these moments where he's like, even there was one lyric he said that I thought was very telling of it. It was, maybe I'll die alone. Maybe this is how I'll grow. But I'm not as energetic right now because I'm really trying to listen. I'm really trying to pay attention here. Because you know his instrumentals are always so explosive, the words can't get lost. So I do want to pay attention to narratively what he's talking about. Again, I like the explosive moments. I like the rises. I like the drums. Everything feels tight. Mixing is good. Some spots feel kind of dry at points. Like the intro felt like a little bit long to get going, but once it got going, we were there, man. We were there. So he loves his best friend. You know what I'm saying? And he's in love with his best friend. And he doesn't want to go back home because he's reminded by those feelings, and he knows that he has a feeling, or he either has a feeling, or he knows that it won't work out in the manner he thinks. So he doesn't want to ruin what they already have. So in that sense, he feels, you know, he hates the reminders. And he just he feels alone in that. So okay, put it together, piecing the story together. Next track is titled No Show. Ooh! Oh, that's nasty. That's groovy as hell. Oh my God. Relax. Wait a minute. Huh? I like that groove switch up. I'll stay here at home, no show. Ah! What? He is in his rock bag, and I'm liking it, so I'm digging this. Oh my god. This is so like, bro, are you okay? God damn. Yeah, he's kind of just pouring his heart out right now. Like, they just, this feels like he's just so much more vulnerable. And obviously because it's easy to say that because it's a different style of music. It's not the EDM blowing up stuff. But even like narratively, he always had an undertone of like this melancholiness to his music. Like Heal is like, feels very melancholy. Despite it being colorful, bright, and it's a fun song. Literally refraining, I'm starting to heal. I think I'll be okay now. You know, I'm afraid to start again from that. Like there's always been this underlying of like, yo, this might not be I. But now with this, I guess he's going the rock direction, which he's not a stranger to rock. You know, for anyone who knows anything about Asher, he was the drummer for Caroline Riley, and he's also can produce many genres. So he's not a stranger to this genre in the slightest. This is just the first time it's being presented in a full EP. The first time I've seen, at least in my experience, seen him do it like this. And this song is so ghostly, so he really works in the ambiance and the this kind of like seclusion, spacey, echoey feel, especially with those like ghostly guitars. Everything is impactful, yet everything is so echoey, yet it doesn't interfere with everything else. It's mixed really well. Everything flows really well. He's too scared to go somewhere, so he'll stay at home, no show. With that refrain in the chorus, which is it's a groovy. I personally think it's the best song so far I've heard from this EP. Like, you know, we're getting, this is the halfway mark. And if he is going along the narratives of a relationship, he's just talking, because he said, you know, he said it's hard because again the mix on his voice is weird. So it's he said something along the lines of, "I've never been so nervous till you locked the room," which, so I assume he's talking about this person he's infatuated with, the person, or another different type of person, the same person probably, that he's infatuated with, and you know, this level of vulnerability and personal and being possibly intimate with. Like I said, don't know, could be reading too deep, and I guess that somehow plays in with some other stuff. Maybe with, you know, with the next song we'll probably get a better development, but narratively I like where this is going. Next track is called Life's Unfair. He is loving the acoustic guitars today. I'm digging it. He's got the auto tune. I wasn't expecting it to fly flat. Jesus Christ. Drowning in her what? Again, I don't know what the hell he's saying. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't like that. I don't like that song. I don't know. Like, I like it narratively. Narratively, I from the small pieces I can pull out, I think it's solid. It doesn't. But it's hard to tell what the actual full narrative is when the mixing is so off, and he sounds like he's kissing the mic every syllable. And then the auto-tune, while I get it's kind of meant to be, I get what I guess the effect he's going for, but it makes it sound a lot more messy and a lot more, not necessarily sloppy. It does seem purposeful, but it also seems kind of goofy in a sense. Like, it just, like, he's setting the mood really well with these guitars and piano and just these, a very secluded, simplistic instrumental. And then I guess with the already weird effect he has on his voice mixed with that type of auto tune, gives it this weird and And even though I don't even obviously he's good enough vocally where he doesn't need that much. I understand the effect, but I don't know just how it was sonically. Not a fan of it, just because I also can't understand what the hell he's saying. Like it's hard to understand because the effect he always has on his voice in general. I don't know what it is. It's just something with my ears, I guess. But that one is the biggest culprit of it, in my opinion. Like it turned into talking about life's unfair, and then it was like, oh yeah. Then he's talking about how he's proud of his family, and he's talking about connection, and he's talking about again like this feeling of seclusion, isolation. From what I pulled from it, I could be completely off. Next track is titled "Memories." Ooh, I like that. That was cool. That was dope. Okay, we're taking off into space. I love that part. I love that part. The transitions are really smooth in this so far. Actually, they actually really are very smooth. Is that a Spanish guitar? He's in his. Okay, you got it, bro. Yeah. I don't know, man. This is interesting. It's interesting, cause that song was 3 minutes. Yeah, I felt like that lasted like a minute and a half. I don't know. I really have to come back to that one. I really don't know what to even say about that song. Besides the instrumental breaks were really good. I really liked the. It's not like we were taking off in like a video game or like Wreck-It Ralph. You know, I won't acknowledge the second movie because it was dirt, but very interesting. I gotta come back to that one. The final track we'll listen to is titled "All You." I'm liking that bass. I'm liking that bass a lot. I like that. Ooh. Yes! That's what I'm talking about, what? And a very solid conclusion. It felt like it was the arrival moment of like that song felt like very like acceptance of what is, what can be, of what was. It felt like kind of like this breath of fresh air of like almost just like euphoric freedom to an extent, and it felt like just finally reaching the point of which he wanted to reach, or recognizing how far he's come in terms of mental state, in terms of the anxiety, in terms of overthinking, in terms of all of that. So a very solid outro. The big highlight was the climactic finish. It was a really good rise and fall. Really enjoyed that, and a solid outro. All right, that was Asher Fleming's EP, Blurred. How am I feeling about it overall? Well, first you must recognize that this is definitely a stylistic switch up, and obviously the comparison between his first EP and this one is kind of an apples to oranges comparison somewhat. Biggest thing being two different genres. One's more EDM. This is really mainly heavily acoustic guitar and like rock and more prided, more centered upon those elements rather than the instrumentation per se, the explosive wacky moments sometimes. And it is an apples to orange comparison to an extent, but that comparison will be made. I will, but I think it's important to bring that up. As a standalone EP itself, I think it definitely started stronger than it finished. I believe, in my opinion, that the narratives that he presents are really mature, are really well thought out, are very vulnerable, and are very intimately presented. And all the instrumentals here are just as tight, and in some moments call back to the explosiveness, the explosive style that he has in his EDM, electric type of style music. Excuse me. But where I think that this EP's um, biggest, not necessarily hindrance, but biggest thing that points out to me is that he draws things so back to a point where some of the instrumentals feel like there's always an element missing, and that it feels kind of somewhat barren, and that there are a lot of moments that can be considered very dry spells, or even entire songs that have like 1 or 2 minute stretches that seem very dry, um, and don't feel as engaging as when he rises and falls with the explosive moment. When you couple that with iffy mixing at times, and it's hard to understand certain things, the narratives can get lost at points. But when you hear the narratives and hear his songwriting, it's actually really well developed and really put together really, really well. It's talking about relationship anxiety. It's talking about self doubt. It's talking about pressure. It's talking about the relationship with friends, family, and it's talking about memories, how being haunted of the past and moving forward. The acknowledgement that life is unfair, the acknowledgement of all these things, and at the end, taking all these things of realization and coming down to this level of acceptance at the end is really well put together in terms of narrative. But sonically, there are some big disconnects here, at least for me. I think the biggest culprit of that is Life's Unfair. With the wacky autotune, I don't think resonates really well. I think it makes it kind of especially with the tone he's setting and how barren, how pulled back the instrumental is. I don't think it meshes well with what he's trying to deliver on it. And then also the mixing, because it feels it's so intimate. It's so quiet, but he's mixed so loud. It's like he's talking right here, and I feel like he's forcing, even in the way he's singing sometimes, a little bit too breathy. Like, it always sounds like he's just got done finishing a marathon at times. And even with my many critiques, there are still some great highlights on this thing. I think No Show is the best song on here, in my opinion. I think that his attempts in rock are coming from a mature place, and I think he's almost there. I think he's missing maybe 1 or 2 things, because there was every song to an extent felt like it was missing literally one thing. I couldn't really tell. Sometimes it might have been like the fullness; it did feel too empty at spots. But overall, this isn't a terrible project. It's a very solid project in comparison to the his first EP, Halfway Home. In my opinion, despite him doing some really vulnerable lyrics, there's some very raw stuff here. I don't think it evokes as much emotion as the first EP did. This one I feel like it's more secluded. You have to really listen to it and really pick things out. With the mixing and making that kind of hard at points, but for me personally, it doesn't evoke nearly as much emotion, as much rawness as I feel on a consistent level than Halfway Home, in my opinion. Now, if we're talking about just single songs, absolutely, this thing washes it. It's like there's a lot of, oh, you felt that, but I think on a consistent level, it did lose a lot of engagement in comparison to the other one. Whether that's to do with that being he's more comfortable with that style, or it's just he's trying new things, whatever it is, this isn't a bad attempt. And I suspect if he were to go at another EP or another project with this style, knowing the ability he has and what he's presented, I think it will come out much better the next go around. I'm feeling a strong 5 out of 10 on this one. If you guys let me know what you guys think. Honestly, the link will be down below to the EP. and his music as well as his Instagram. Go support him. Go check him out. Go give him a follow. He's awesome people. Super talented. I liked a lot what I heard here, and I'm excited to see what he has in the future. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to be in the next video, be sure to subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Links down below, and then message us on either account, the podcast or the personal, and from there. Message me what you want me to review. It can be an EP like this. It can be an album. It can be a track. It can be full artist of the day. It can be your music. It can be your friend's music. It can be your friend's dog's music. I don't care. The sooner you send it in, the better. Today's underground EP was Blurred by Asher Fleming. Links all down below. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Stay hydrated. Love y'all. Bye-bye.